Okay, guys. I'm here to review WrestleMania IX, what is universally considered the worst WrestleMania in the history of WrestleMania and the worst WrestleMania in WWE's history. And to be perfectly honest, the show is bad. While a lot of bad WrestleManias at least have a redeeming quality to them, this one has nothing going for it. This is just, but on with the review. WrestleMania IX, April the 4th, 1993, from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tagline, the world's largest toga party. See a problem here? Yeah, all the announcers, interviewers, and everybody are wearing a toga. Yeah, a toga. Jim Ross in a toga, because this was his debut in the WWE, was right here at WrestleMania IX. And they put him in a toga to start. Anyway, we open up. By the way, there are 8 matches on this card, so you're doing whatever the star rating will be out of 40. It's not even a quarter of that, in case you're wondering, but anyway, we're starting with the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. This was the first match on the card. It was Shawn Michaels versus Tatanka in a good match. I mean, not really stellar, but it's probably the best match on this show, which isn't saying much because this show's just plain bad. But this is a 2-star match. Tatanka wins by a count-out. In a way, this is the right booking decision. However, Tatanka should have won the championship. So, he should have won the championship, and he didn't. So, I can't really give this any higher than what I give it, because while the right guy did win the match, he should have also won the championship. So, 2 stars, though. So then we get the only other really good match on this card, and it's the Steiner Brothers versus the Headshrinkers. It's a 1.5-star match. It's a 1-star, except for one real spot that bumps it up, and it's a Rick Steiner doing a pout, catching one of the Headshrinkers with a slam off the other one's shoulder. That's an okay spot, and that's where the other half of the star is going to come from in this. But Steiners win. Scott bites the Frankensteiner, and the Steiners win. 1.5 stars. Then we go off the chains. Then this show goes downhill and downhill fast. Next match, Crush versus Doink the Clown. Yes, this was a WrestleMania match. Crush versus Doink. It's a 1/2 star match just for some unintentional nothingness, but it's a 1/2 star match. Doink wins when another Doink cracks Crush in the head with a prosthetic arm, and then Doink wins. Yeah, nothing here. This is just like I said, it's 1 star. It's not bad enough to be considered no stars, but it's almost no stars. It's a 1/2 star. Next is a match that sounded good on paper, but wasn't a good match at all. Razor Ramon versus Bob Backlund in both of their WrestleMania debuts. This match was going along fine, and it suddenly ends with a small package. But it's no stars, and Razor Ramon wins. No stars. So then we get the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Money Incorporated versus the Mega Maniacs. This is a 1/2 star tag match. Even though it's a generic tag match, it's just bad. With some very bad booking ideas and stuff. Specifically when both the Mega Maniacs have IRS and DiBiase pinned, or Hogan and Beefcake. They both have DiBiase and IRS pinned, but the referee is down. Jimmy Hart puts his jacket inside out and makes a 3 count. Okay, so then referee Danny Davis comes in and reverses the decision. or just basically says it was a DQ, which the Mega Maniacs get upset about. Now, here's a gripe about this. Why would the Mega Maniacs even think Jimmy Hart's count actually would have counted and actually beneficial? Jimmy Hart is not a referee. He was not assigned a referee for this match. You can't just put a referee shirt on and make you a referee. You have to be assigned to referee the match. So, they never would have won this match that way. And the fact that they throw Danny Davis out of the ring just shows the utter insane booking on this show. Because Hogan blatantly used a face mask that Brutus Beefcake had that was taken off, and that's what got the DQ. But this is just one of those insane booking decisions that forever plagues this show, especially the finish, the overall finish of this show. So Money Inc. win that match by disqualification. As I said, it's a half-a-star match. So then we get Mr. Perfect versus the Narcissist Lex Luger in another half-star match. Not good here. Luger wins with a backslide, but Herrick's foot's on the rope, so logically they would have continued it, except they didn't. They turned Luger face, put him to Yokozuna. Michaels went out, and Perfect went after Shawn Michaels for the IC title at SummerSlam. So this finish was utterly pointless. So next match, The Undertaker versus the Giant Gonzales. Yeah, in a minute. Oh my gosh, is this match bad? This is probably Taker's worst WrestleMania match. Well, no. So on the 19's probably close to it, but this is by far his worst one. Because at least at 19 he won by pinfall or submission. Here he wins by DQ, and it's no stars. Why is the Giant Gonzales even around? He's a, you know, Giant Gonzales could not wrestle. He got his job in both WWE and WCW because the size of the guy was massive. He was not a good wrestler at all. And the fact that they stuck Taker with him through SummerSlam is why a lot of people who are older, my age and whatnot, really respect The Undertaker for everything he had to do with some of these streak matches, especially this one. Which, since it's the only one won by a technicality, you have to say is his worst one, because it's the only one in the streak that wasn't decisive. So then the main event, the WWE Championship match, Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. 1 star. This was too short though. This match only went about 10 minutes. I think that really the crushed Doink off and raising on Bob Backlund off, and you could have added more time to this and maybe made it a better match. For what it is, it's an okay match. It's 1 star. Yokozuna wins. Then the finish of this pay-per-view happens. And it's Hulk Hogan then wins the WWE Championship by beating Yokozuna in about 30 something seconds, even though there was no bell to officially start that match. Therefore, it was not a match. Therefore, it's not being rated as a match, and therefore, technically, hindsight, the title's not even have changed hands because there was no bell. They did not ring the bell to start the match. Hogan comes in, Fuji tries to throw salt in his face, he ducks, hits Yokozuna, Hogan ducks, Fuji gets Yoko with it, and then a few punches, foot and leg, 1, 2, 3. This is not a match. I'm not rating it as a match. Even if I did, it wouldn't. Even if I did, the total star rating would be the same, but I would rate it as nothing. So, this isn't a match because there's no bell on it. So, our total star rating out of 40 is an impressive 6 stars. 6. That's an average of about, since there's 8 matches on this card, that would be an average of about roughly half a star per match, approximately. Somewhere in there. This is definitely an F show. It deserves its rating as the worst WrestleMania of all time. There are some that are as bad, but have something about them that make it somewhat a watchable show. There's nothing you should watch on this show other than just say you've seen every WrestleMania. There's nothing here. So, next up is WrestleMania 10, a very good WrestleMania, with the greatest WrestleMania opening match of all time on it. And that'll be uploaded tomorrow. So if you like the video, hit the like button down there, hit the subscribe button down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.